As a mom of 2 kids under the age of 4, they would love to get mail. A child loves to receive mail, especially when the mail is personally addressed to him or her. And a child loves to learn, especially when the learning process is fun and entertaining. Each Smiling Mailbox postcard also links to a corresponding educational video on their website that further illustrates the topic presented in the postcard. Please join me this morning in welcoming both Scott and Lindsay from Smiling Mailbox.
Good morning. My name is Scott Benbrook. This is my wife, Lindsay Benbrook. We want to start off by thanking 1 Million Cups Sedalia for inviting us to present, especially at your first meeting. That's a really cool opportunity for us. Our company is Smiling Mailbox.
And I want to give a little bit of background on myself. I am an educator of 10 years. I've taught kindergarten through 5th grade. I have my master's degree in elementary administration, but I currently stay at home with our 2 little boys. Jackson is 5 and Brett is 1.5 years. So you went too far. It's okay. So every day Jackson asks, did I get anything in the mail? And as a mom, you're like, oh my gosh, no, sorry, honey. Every day he asks. And with me staying at home, a little bit of me kind of misses the art of teaching, which is making learning fun. And so, a little bit of me is like, maybe we can put them together. We know that kids love getting mail and they love to learn about the world around them. So that's what we are. We create and mail out postcards to kids every week on a subscription basis. Our goal is to make learning fun and for parents to realize that learning doesn't have to happen in the school. It could, it's an experience with your family. So how does it work? So once you decide you want to sign up your child with Smiling Mailbox, you go to our website, smilingmailbox.com. There's several ways that you can sign up, but the easiest way is to go to the middle buy button. And so how much does it cost? $8.97 every month. So what are you going to get in that month? You're going to get one of these nice postcards. It'll be addressed. Every week they're going to get one of these. And we, kind of part of our marketing DNA, we always like to offer the first month free. And we just, we promote trying it out. And so it's easy to sign up, easy to cancel. So I passed out some postcards on your tables, and I hope that you've been looking at them. But as you look at them, I think they're very professional. They're kid-friendly. The colors the kids love. They're always nonfiction. As a teacher, nonfiction text is not as exciting as fiction. So these are, I think, very engaging. The topics rotate. So there'll be animals, science, occupations, and you never know. I create the cards. Sometimes I go off of calendar events, whatever's current. The fun fact is always exciting and different, and the kids love the jokes. We come up with the jokes too. The jokes go along with the front of the card. So in the QR code links to our website. Every week when we create a postcard, we upload a video that extends the learning. So it's another activity to do with your child. So part of the other product on our website is our welcome package. As you can see, it really kind of ties it all together, but the star of our welcome package is this nice sturdy box. Parents love it because the postcards aren't laying around the house. Kids love it because there's cool little keys in here that locks it and unlocks it. Teachers love it. So a lot of people who have ordered Smiling Mailbox like to kind of buy this, and it makes the gift giving even better because you can just present them with this. And this is $16.95 on our website.
We knew when we started Smiling Mailbox that we wanted it to be more than just a business for our family. That's why we partnered with Make-A-Wish Missouri. Our partnership with them involves us donating $1 per subscriber per month to Make-A-Wish Missouri. Currently, we are spending about 90% of our advertising dollars through Facebook. And the reason we're doing that is because it is very easy to drill down to the specific demographic that you're trying to reach, which is typically young mothers and grandmothers. But we are going to be really curious to hear from you during the Q&A with some ideas that maybe how we would be able to reach out to you better.
All right, so I wanted to share with you, we currently have 43 customers and we've only had 3 cancellations, what I think is great. So our retention is really good, but I wanted to share some of our, what they're saying. This is Savannah and Natalie. Their grandparents, you may recognize them, but their grandparents live here in Sedalia, and these grandparents actually send 2 subscriptions every week. So that's great. But these little girls came down to visit me and they're like, that's the postcard lady. And you wouldn't, I mean, I like that name, whatever, you can call me that. But as you can see, they were like reciting the jokes, and one of them said, my favorite one is the chick. I liked a tornado. And I mean, I thought that was so cool that, you know, they are really engaged in it. And the content is perfect for the kindergartner. This review comes from a local preschool teacher, and this is Deacon. She loves it, that it facilitates the learning and it starts conversations. You know, we get busy in our lives, and so this is something to talk about with your child at night when you're so busy. But this is the picture she sent me, and she goes in her personal library and finds books that goes along with the postcards. So I love that. As a teacher, I could not be happier to know that they get it, that learning happens outside of the classroom. And this is Liam. The reason why they said their whole family is enjoying it, but this little guy is showing his welcome letter. When they sign up, they get a welcome letter. It tells about what we do, how it works, but more importantly, it tells you who's sending you these postcards. We want Grandma. She wants to get the credit for sending the postcards. And as you can see, he's pretty engaged, so writing out to the mailbox and coming back. This mom was on the fence. Her daughter is 8. She's like, I don't know, maybe she's too old. Well, we always offer the first 4 cards for free. Sign up, you know, give it a try. She loves it. She takes it to school with her every week. So I have big ideas for this company, so these are my what's coming next. We are in the process of adding a 3-month subscription. Right now it's week to week, but it's 3 months. Also a postcard book of 10 postcards, selling the old postcards, bundling them on certain topics, and I want to be the Happy Meal toy. A lot of like Chick-fil-A are doing nonfiction. Why not Smiley Mailbox? They can pick it up and mail it out to someone. So there's my contact information. I do have some order forms if you guys want to sign up today, and we appreciate the offer to be here today.
Great product, great idea.
Thank you.
And it's going to help a lot of kids with their confidence and their learning and their growth. There's going to be a lot of kids that really need this that the family can't afford it.
True.
So have you thought about getting with teachers to identify those kids and then getting with some businesses to help scholarship those?
You know, when I first thought of this idea, before we partnered with Make-A-Wish, my idea was, if you bought a subscription, we'll give a subscription, excuse me. And it was the more I thought about that, well, how do I decide who's worthy of that? That's why we decided to go with Make-A-Wish.
It's a really different idea, though,
Right.
In terms of getting someone to basically offer it as a scholarship, a sponsorship. That's really cool.
Yeah, thank you. But there is a need for that, absolutely.
That helps your revenue stream.
Yeah.
And it helps the kids that are really in need.
Right.
And it helps the teacher with identifying those kids and maybe get some specific learning that they can do at home.
Right.
School.
Mm-hmm. Good idea, thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
What is the life cycle of your membership?
So we started in November. It's a perpetual membership, so it just renews automatically every month for $8.97. Like Lindsay said, we're 43 customers with 3 cancellations, so it lasts forever until you cancel.
Right. It's
Well,
auto renew.
Let me rephrase this. How many different postcards do you guys have before they repeat for a life cycle?
Well, they don't. We will never do the same postcard again. So every week, I create a new postcard every week. There's not any repeats. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, half I answered.
Ross.
Do you just have one postcard, or are you able to tailor to gender or to age?
Currently, we just have one postcard that goes out to all 43 subscribers. But like I mentioned, I would like to do series. Maybe your child's into dinosaurs. You could go online and buy 6 dinosaur ones, and we would mail them out like we do now, or heavy equipment to kind of tailor to that. But currently, I can only keep up with just doing one.
You had asked for potential marketing ideas, and I know I would recommend a great way would be to get involved with the chamber, not just because I'm sitting right next to you. They do a lot of events like the Piccadilly, where you can have a silent auction for your product, but not only that, the welcome aboard packages for Whiteman Air Force Base. I know when I was on active duty and I was deploying all the time, it was hard. I wrote as often as I could to my children, but if they're getting something like this in the mail all the time.
Right, it's a constant reminder of your dad sending this. This is from
That's
your
something
dad.
we've talked about, and I'm curious, like, who would we reach out to at like the base to set that up?
That would be me.
Okay.
We can help you get hooked up with all of the new military families that come to Right Start at Whiteman Air Force Base. They have to come to Right Start
Okay.
as part of the new orientation there at the base.
Yeah, perfect.
That would be great.
We talked about military because,
I understand that you guys just got started and you had, 43 customers and 3 dropouts. But
Right.
this is a type of product that eventually children grow up.
True.
And so eventually you're looking at 100% drop. So this is the type of business that you have to continually be putting new contracts in the pipeline as you're moving along.
Right.
In order to keep this thing moving and in order to keep it growing. So do you have a plan to address those issues?
So what we've found is we are able to pick up customers through Facebook advertising. Our hope was that the cost to do so would be justified. They're not. From this, what we found. So it doesn't make sense for us to continue to commit so many ad dollars to Facebook. So that's why we're looking for other ways. I mean, you talk about refilling the pipeline. I mean, we're doing that every day. Kids are being born every day.
Right.
So and as they're
sisters.
getting older, there are new ones coming on too.
And word of mouth. Yeah.
You do this, how much of this do you do in-house?
It's all done in-house. We actually use print links to print the postcards, and they do the addressing on them, but I create it in the home.
I would say, along with that, a big thanks to Print Links.
Yes.
One, it's cool for us to be able to keep our business local, and for Print Links, it's probably a lot more work than it is profitable for them here to get us kind of ramped up where we need to be. So, big thanks to them for their support.
Yeah.
Helping us start out.
Holly in the back.
Your website looks really navigable, which sometimes, keeps people from, oh, it's too hard to get around. Did you guys create that all by yourself?
No.
No, we didn't. I heard one of the questions in the last presentation was, what was a challenge you overcame early? And it was always the website. We started out, my brother-in-law got us hooked up with a lady in India that builds websites, and we thought, well, we're going to do this on the cheap. Well, turns out there's a communication problem there.
We're moving very slow.
We brought it back in domestically, worked with a website developer out of North Carolina. Communication was way better. We both, Lindsay spent countless hours with him on the phone, talking through the content and the building process. So he helped us get it up.
But you learned Hindi on the side.
Right.
Yeah, it was not good.
Yes, sir.
Maybe you alluded to it earlier, the ages of the kids that this seems to resonate with.
When I'm creating the content, I think of a customer, I would say pre-K to 3rd grade is about our target age, seems to be. But everybody likes to learn new things and fun facts, so, I do.
Could you develop a card for an older group? I mean, I would think surely. I don't mean this old, no. I mean.
What would you like to learn about?
Yeah, Bill will say.
I'd like to get a card.
Not a bill.
So we've talked a little bit about doing something like that, like certain themes. I mean, there's certainly like people that would like maybe a spiritual theme, maybe
Or a
it's
historical,
a historical theme.
We talk about different topics. Yeah. Just, currently we're just trying to build our base and do what we're doing now. But that is something that we have looked into.
Well, you've got these customers, excuse me, friend, but you've got these customers already, this whole group. And so they're going to get older, but if you tie into the whole group that you've got already as they get older,
right,
then you don't have to look for a bunch of you.
True. You just, hey, we suggest you go up to this postcard.
Yeah, that's a very good thought. Part of the thing that really sells the product is the fact that kids love to get mail.
Right.
That's kind of what they grow out of. So it's about creating that experience for the kids to actually get something themselves.
Switch to email.
There you go. Podcast.
Okay, you said you had 43 customers so far.
Yes.
Obviously, this is a mass production type of business. Printing one costs you 27 cents. Printing 5,000 is going to cost you 3 pennies each. How are you guys establishing that mass production into your data and creating one every week instead of utilizing ones that you've already created 3 months ago to try to decrease your costs, increase your profits?
Sure. So,
good question.
You want that? Or you want me to
No,
take
go
that?
ahead.
Okay, so this is a lot of that. Trying to come up with ideas to reuse these postcards.
I will talk about this one.
A lot of the costs are already in. The pictures cost a lot. Lindsay's time doesn't cost quite as much. I should.
Moving on.
But right, I understand what you're saying. Economies of scale, it costs way less to print 5,000 of them than it does 50. What I would say is what we need to be doing is finding ways to reuse our old ones. Surprisingly, from the couple of offers we've had, we are paying about 27 cents per postcard now. At 500, it goes down to like 22 cents, so it's not a dramatic amount of savings.
To kind of talk about, the postcards you guys have on your tables, they have already been sent to customers, so we can't use them again. But I'm sitting at my desk creating these postcards and think they're beautiful. So we need to find ways to reuse them. So that's why we came up with these. The postcard book, which I think is really interesting, it's going to be a book of 10 postcards, and they're ones that have already been mailed. So I can't do anything else with them. But they will be able to, tear out and address to whoever they want, whenever they want. We find so many grandparents, they'll say, well, I have 6 grandchildren. Who do I send this to? I can't decide. Well, we recommend 1 postcard per household. But if they bought the book, that it would give them the option to mail them whenever to whoever. And I would like to be, approach Whole Foods and say, let's be right there next to the birthday cards. Why? If you go to Hallmark or any other greeting card store, you don't see any postcards unless you're traveling. So those are ways that I want to use the current postcards that we have.
I'm so excited about this. There's so many ideas to share. But just a couple of things that I know Dan was sitting here naming, sports, cars, different things that you could do in your different series that you have. Also, I think somebody else mentioned maybe individuals would like to sponsor a child, or even maybe businesses might be the catch with some of the teachers that identify low-income families that need help. There's a lot of people like myself, or maybe everybody here, that would like to sponsor somebody who couldn't afford to get that. Also, just your thoughts on expanding the age groups as well, and also on bilingual spending cards. Just some thoughts.
Bilingual cards is a really interesting idea. our Facebook advertising and the people that respond to that, we've found a pretty tremendous interest from the Hispanic population. So that may be something to really consider. We hadn't talked about it until you mentioned it.
Well, and as I'm thinking, as a teacher, I mean, unfortunately, so many times kids go home and teach their parents how to read, and this would be a great way for them to, here, Mom, let me tell you about this, things like that. So that's a great idea. Thank you for that.
You had your hand up, sir.
Yeah, I'm curious about your content development process that you go through, and then also what kind of backlog do you have for new ideas? Is it something you got to come up with every week? You're under the gun, or do you have a lot?
I go off the calendar events mostly, and I try to rotate the themes. So if I did an animal, I think, okay, let's do, what's going on in the world, what's current, and with the calendar, like if it's spring, we might do something with the spring. But I kind of do it a couple weeks out. It's very current. The content, honestly, I say I'm going to do sea turtles. I just research all week different various sources, and then I put it in my own words to make it kid friendly, just like a teacher would when presenting information.
We're a subscriber.
Yeah.
And I'm amazed that you only have 43. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. We started this, everybody, I think it's a great idea. So I'm like, why isn't people signing up? But I think maybe it takes someone to hold it and see the postcards. They're substantial, they're good quality. I don't know. We're a new concept, honestly. We're subscription, but there's nobody out there like this that mails postcards. So maybe it's just awareness.
I think we've struggled a little bit also with the website. I think
navigating.
It's easy. Once people are on there, it seems easy to us to use, but actually getting all the way to the checkout now, enter the credit card information, getting people to do it. We've had, some abandoned shopping carts, and I think that's people that just aren't quite sure at the last minute. So there's a communication problem on our end, I think.
Or they may not be comfortable on the computer. Our target is grandmas, and so sometimes they get on the website and they're overwhelmed. But I do put my phone number on there. I promote, please call me. I'll walk you through the process and interview and sign you up. So I don't know. So
I think kind of piggyback on that idea there of people abandoning their shopping carts. I see people who get into subscription type things and then they can't cancel them. And so that causes a really bad, so maybe making sure that is very transparent, that there is no cancellation fee, and that making sure that that really happens, that people are not charged for after they cancel.
And adding this 3-month subscription, that'll be curious to see if someone is nervous about an auto renew, if they pick this up.
It's kind of a one-time
3 months.
and it has an end date.
Right, but it is very easy to cancel. You just send me an email.
Idea with that also is to maybe sell toward parents and teachers, bridging this summer gap when kids put down their books.
How do you collect money? How do you collect your revenue?
It's all through the website. So we use Shopify as the platform the website's built on. There is an app that we work with through Shopify called Recharge. So when a person signs up, Recharge knows just to charge that card each month.
Does it send a reminder also, hey, you're about to expire, or do you have to do that yourself?
As far as the card expiring?
Yeah, I mean, okay, I've spent it for a month. Okay, wait a minute, it's expiring.
No, it sends them a thank you. It says, thank you for purchasing Smiling Mailbox again. It doesn't say you are about to, I know the words, but once every month it'll say, thank you for buying Smiling Mailbox. So they're aware that it's every month. That makes sense.
And then we're able to see from the back end the expiration dates on the card, so we can stay in front of people.
So you remind?
Yeah, we can reach out to them ahead of their card expiring.
Oh, yes. I think he's taking monthly.
My name is Toby Dorr, and I have a web design business here in Sedalia. I have a master's degree in internet marketing, and I'm working on a master's degree in MFA in new media design. I looked at your website, and I think what you need on your website is a landing page that doesn't have a lot of text. When you come to your homepage, there is a lot of text, and you do have to scroll down a lot. But if you make your QR codes go to a landing page where there is no scrolling, it's just one page, and it asks them right away, you have a call to action button and ask them for a purchase, I think you'll have a lot less abandoned shopping.
With the website builder, we've done that, done various things, and we had landed on putting the buy button up top in the middle, but I do like that. I also thought we need a video. Our homepage just needs to be a video of me or someone, and just say, this is how it works, and you sign up right now. But thank you.
If you don't mind, I'd like to interject something here since Toby started this. I just got thinking that Twitter is a product that is inherent to networking with other people. That's why it exploded and turned into a multi-billion-dollar business today. And I'm wondering if there's some way that you can do something similar to that by sending not just a postcard to the one child that has subscribed, but to one additional child on the side, which is your marketing. It's the way to expand the market so that you're doubling how many people see your product. Now that second person would get that product in the mail and then realize that in order for them to continue getting that, then they have to subscribe.
Right.
But then if they subscribe, then they add an additional as well. So what you're doing is effectively doubling everything that you put out into the world.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yes.
So we can buy mailing lists where people have drilled down to there being a demographic of children in the home. And
through print links.
It's definitely something we need to be.
But mailing list is something that you have to buy, whereas this is something that's inherent to the business model itself that generates its own list.
Right.
So you're getting those people, because all children go to kindergarten and they have 12 other friends.
Sure.
I mean, those are the people that you need to get to so that this thing can really grow. It needs to get a lot bigger than it is.
Right, so we should be asking our current customers to give us the name of a...
Please send one.
Right, refer a friend kind of
Thank
thing.
you.
Perfect.
Okay, 2 more questions. Rachel?
As a mom, I didn't know about this, but I think my kids would love it. I was just thinking about, is there a way, did you work in the Sedalia School District?
I taught the co-op my last year.
Would there be a way, I was thinking about for the summer that my kids would like to receive this. So would there be a way to reach out to maybe the PTA heads at each school or the principals and say, maybe, I don't know if you'd have to invest in some postcards or just flyers maybe, and they could hand one out to each kid before the summer. Maybe you could offer some type of summer package like I started, because I think just reaching moms.
I know that we had talked about passing something out with the Sedalia district, and I think I'm sure you just have to present at the school board and get it okayed. But yes, absolutely. It's just making people aware.
I think if people knew about it, they would definitely be interested in it.
Cool, thank
Maybe
you.
as a piggyback onto that, daycare centers and in school districts have preschool classes. And as a mom with a child in daycare, that would be a great takeaway. And then they have a learning module, and that could be how you're connected. Daycare centers are always looking for curriculum or learning opportunities.
I would agree with that too. We have several state registered daycares in Sedalia that I think would be definitely interested.
For them to take a subscription.
And even if they bought a subscription and it was addressed to all of the kids or addressed to her, and she could say, hey, look what you guys got in the mail today.
Like the Honey Bear Daycare. And we do have a teacher who reached out to me and said, do you take purchase orders? Well, of course, if this, we would love that. I think as a teacher, because I have been there, this would be great to do. This is fun, nonfiction curriculum that's already here. But I like that idea too. Thank you.
Roy?
Just an idea. You were talking about ways to use your older cards. Why don't you create a marketing piece with those cards and send them to, an area, get a marketing group if you want to. You got the cards already, use them as a selling device to sell your product to old people like me. Instead of sending them to a child, send them to an adult that's going to buy it.
Right, exactly.
So
Do you know
what you're getting?
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's, like I said, that's something I want is You know, we wanted to know how could we get more people to know about Smiling Mailbox, and what can we do with these cards, because they are beautiful, and just finding different ways. So.
Thank you. Okay, one last question.
Oh, yeah.
What can we as a community, what can we do for you?
We already talked. Same
Well,
one.
first of all, everybody, please pull out your phones and like and share us on Facebook. That's number one. Having those likes on Facebook, then every time we make a post, that's free advertising for us. Everyone sees it. So that is important, whether we're getting the conversion through our ad dollars spent on Facebook or not. Other than that, tell your friends, your neighbors, all those with kids in this pre-K to third grade range.
Or give us a try. It's free. First month if you
free.
want to get yourself. It's as simple as that. So thank you guys very much. Yes.
I want to thank all three of our presenters, both companies, LAG Industries LLC, Smiling Mailbox, this morning to be our two companies highlighted as our inaugural event. It takes a lot of courage to get up on this stage. One, it takes a lot to pare all of your comments down to a 6-minute presentation, and then to be in a firing squad with 20 minutes of question and answer. So I want to thank all three of you. This entire initiative could not be made possible without our great sponsors. Before we leave today, I do want to highlight our sponsors. Of course, Great Western Dining came and provided our coffee as our coffee sponsor. We'd anticipated a good crowd. We did not anticipate this great of a crowd. So all of you come back next month, and hopefully we will have additional folks here. Great Western even brought some additional coffee to make it possible for us to have coffee for everyone. In addition to Great Western Dining, Callis Integrated Marketing, thank you for the social media and marketing assistance you've been providing to this initiative. Interstate Studio and Publishing Company, you have seen Philip in the back of the room today. He's been stalking us with videography our program. We appreciate him being here at Interstate offering this service. We will have this video on our website at the conclusion of today. State Fair Community College for allowing us to host this great space and keeping me employed, by the way. Economic Development, Sedalia, Pettis County, thank you for this being the brainchild of this task force and for creating the task force in our community to really support entrepreneurship here in the community. And a special thank you to Linda Crystal, raise your hand, Linda, and to Brenda Bryan. Brenda, thank you to both of you for your leadership, this entire program, in launching 1 Million Cups Sedalia. Again, I want to thank our presenters. I want you to all look around the room and thank each other too for being here to get this a great initiative kicked off in our community. It could not have been made possible without you. We will see you back here next month, the first Wednesday, May 4th, same place, same time, and it'll be a successful event. Thank you all.